who is a white man, if it comes to saving a white kid or a black kid out there, who will you turn to? We are depending for too long on everybody else to give us hands up and take care of us, and we are not doing our job. There is nothing wrong with being a racist. What I hate is segregation. There's two, you know, those two words are as far as the north is from the south. Segregation means that you keep to yourself, and the most powerful among us takes all the profit that society got to give. But racist, that's a very divine word. Don't let anybody, Mr. Alex is a university graduate from an Ivy League university, and he has to be defending himself in his editorials or from the publisher, that whenever he opens his mouth out there, people call him racist. But the people who call him racist are also racist. That's the reason they benefit from the system so much. Because the system is a racist system. People become weaker and weaker. In 1968, if you look over the census, you see that African Belizeans represented about 70% of the population. 68, 78, 80, 90. In 30 years, they have been depleted, and today they are closer to 30% of the population. You know what caused that, brothers and sisters? Because they are not racist, they are not taking care of themselves. As soon as one guy goes out there and come back and he feels he can enjoy the fruits of society, he forgot his very own. And you struggle in the street. You struggle for life, and you're dying out there, and it's no concern for black people. Sure, they make the street unsafe, but we are causing this to happen to ourselves. We need to care for our children. We need this dialogue to continue. Like Brother Abraham said up here, we are back. I don't think we are back. You know, my understanding about this whole thing was that if we come here tonight, we can create a situation where you would have more black people coming together and continue a dialogue. We are not prepared for anything in this community. We are only prepared to take abuse. And we worry about the Chinaman coming in and owning hundreds of thousands of prime Belizean land. Hundreds of thousands of acres. They have never owned 1 square inch in their own country where they were born and grown up. We worry about the American, the North American coming in and buying up thousands and thousands of acres. Do you know Americans cannot own land in the United States of America? They are given concessions to develop it. Why are these people owning up our property in Belize? Because we allow it to happen. We refuse to be a racist. We refuse to protect our own. You have been told too long that this word is nasty. This word is no good. So why is everybody else racist except the black folks? Black people earning in the United States of America, if you can divide the white earning from the black earning and make two separate nations, do you know the black people would be the third most powerful nation on earth financially? And yet they have no power. Brothers and sisters, what I'm saying here might not sound real, but I want you to go home and think about it. Racist does not mean that you wage war against people that is not a black race. Racist means that you take care of your own. This is not a dirty word. This is a very progressive and divine word. We need to take care of our own. That's the bottom line. Somewhere between here and the pearl gate, you use the power, and you cannot get it when everyone else is racist and you are not. Put that word into circulation. That's a powerful word. Thank you tonight.
Now, coming to Nuri, Akbar, drums are LA, and younger generation and people like Bilal Maris. I want to introduce Bilal Maris too. UBAD is supposed to take at least, but brothers like Richardson and Shabazz took the spark. Brother Nuri, Akbar, and Brother Bilal Maris. Always a Muslim to do this work, man. We have to the Christian name. Shabazz, Mr.
Nuri, Akbar, Amanda, power to the people.
There is much that have been said here tonight by my brothers and sisters on this podium. And because of the importance of time, and I realize that this is a Tuesday night and most of you go to work tomorrow, I will try to be as direct as possible. We are living in a time where we have to begin to think globally, but act locally. What do I mean by saying that? We live in a global village. And when television came to Belize in 1981, we were not prepared for the power of television. When we assumed the theoretical mantle of independence in 1981, Brother Shabazz spoke very clearly about the laws of this country, which still remains on the book. Antiquated colonial era laws. And I am not going to call any names, but I would like to say to those of us who are in the legal profession, those of you who I know have some level of consciousness of social change, why have you not taken a stand in revitalizing, in bringing up to date the laws on the books that prohibit us from functioning like an independent nation? This is very important. The parliamentary system of democracy that we have inherited, something again that continues to remain a national debate. Someone here tonight said that it's hypocrisy, it's not really democracy. And if we examine the parliamentary system, as I have done, took the time out, went through the books, like a fine-tooth comb, everything I could possibly put my hands on. And if we understand the way that system works, it is not democratic. It is more autocratic. It is not a democratic system. And presently, with the disintegration of the opposition, we are in big trouble. Big trouble. Because I'm a young person and I feel very strongly about the young people in this country, and we talk about development, we talk about economic development, we talk about educational development, we talk about cultural development, but you cannot arrive at the basic or the foundation until you develop the mind of the people. We are building monuments in the city, pharaonic monuments, while the people around the neighborhood are disintegrating in poverty. I am not suggesting that there is not a need for a new market, or a need for a fire station, or a need for a bridge. But your first priority should always be your people, and particularly your young people. For if these brothers have been doing this for 24 years, they have been working, making contributions, trying to bring some level of consciousness and direction to our people. But today, in 1993, we are on the verge of entering into a new millennium, and our young people exterminating themselves. This is serious, serious business. And I don't think we are exaggerating this situation by saying it is very serious. I have committed myself first and foremost to the Most High, because that is the basis for me. That is my foundation. When everything else falls, that is my foundation. That I must, in fact, I am obligated to make a contribution in whatever way, and never be afraid to speak the truth. Wherever it falls, we must speak the truth. I have no friends in high places. I did not go to high school in Belize, so perhaps that's why I'm not in that little intellectual bourgeois element. Okay? I don't have any hang-ups with dealing with people. I have absolutely no hang-up with dealing with people. I am willing to learn and grow, and I hope you are willing to learn and grow. This is very important to note. We talk about the situation with our young people, the drugs, the delinquency, the disillusionment, but we must come up with solutions. And I believe that the solution begins with clearing up the mind. Someone here said tonight that you cannot talk about freedom until you know yourself. And I heard on the radio a few days ago, a commentator made, I won't call any names, that in an attempt to trivialize African history and to play it as though it is not significant. It is very important for you to understand history, because history is not a dead thing. It is not a mere accumulation of dead facts. It has everything to do with our perception, the way we view ourselves and the way we interrelate with other people of the world. And when you understand yourself, and I'm not talking about slavery, I am talking about pre-Columbus era, the time when our people made significant contribution to civilization. That is the kind of history that I'm talking about. Not the kind of history very significant for us to arrive at that. So when I come here and I see brothers that I grew up with, I walk up to the brother, he could not even recognize who I was. Not because I had changed that much, but his mind was gone. His mind was gone. And I'm saying to you that any politician that comes to you around election time, and we go through this same rehearsal every 5 years. This same rehearsal happens every 5 years. We come and we promise people all kinds of things to be elected. I'm saying to you, my brother, even if I live for 100 years, our life on this planet Earth is very small. And in that time, by the will of God, I will try the best that I can with the help of you, because we cannot do anything unless you as a collective organize yourselves, commit yourself to take a share of this burden. Someone said democracy, the meaning of democracy is that you are the boss. For some strange reason, and I think this has come from our colonial past, we look at the elected officials as more than what they are. These are servants. These are people who come to you offering themselves to serve on your behalf. You are power. That's democracy. Is that right? That is democracy. The people are the power. The people are the power. But I'll tell you this. There is nowhere in human history where people in power voluntarily give up power. I cannot find anywhere in human history where people in power voluntarily give up power. If you find it, I would like to see that information. It doesn't exist. We have to be organized, we have to be consistent, and we have to be vigilant, and we have to love each other. We have to appreciate each other. That is vital, most important. So I will not go into a long talk to you tonight, because we have had several speakers. But I hope, and I would like to put my brothers and sisters on the spot tonight and say that because there is a void in our community now, and people are hungry and thirst for direction, for liberation, that we, those of us who claim to have some level of understanding of what needs to be done, we need to recommit ourselves and let this process of liberation become a sustained process from this day on. And hopefully, in the next 5 to 10 years, we can see some significant departure from the way we are doing things in Belize. We cannot leave here and go on doing business as usual. How can we? How can we leave this room tonight business as usual when our young people are dying? I just cannot come to that kind of understanding. And I will not be afraid of my own brothers and sisters. These are our children, and I will not run away from them. They can call themselves Crip, Blood, whatever. I will rather run to you than run from you. And you belong to us. All of you. You belong to us. And if we have to put on a gasoline jacket and go into hell to get you, we are coming to get you. You belong to us. So I would like to close tonight by saying that we have a great task ahead. It will not be easy, but again I ask you, there is nowhere in human history where the struggle for liberation is going to be easy. And I have committed myself to that struggle. And in time, we will be living here permanently. That time is fastly coming. But on this final note, I'll say to you that there are people working in this community who will sell their soul for a few dollars more. We need to know who those people are. We need to recognize them, and we need to make sure that once we commit ourselves to some project, that these people don't come behind and unravel our work. It's very important to know. Very important to know. So I close by saying to you that I love my country. And the reason I left my country was to accumulate information. And the time is coming where we will be returning home to join hands with our beautiful brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.
Stand for my first child, very spiritual brother. A brother represent kind of the soul and UBAD to me at the time, because I think that now brother will talk with hope, whereas I feel like I have somebody very pessimistic and so on. And brother will really God can give for communicate. No. Since I came to my people and said, I will come to the whole man and but you try to talk like, you know, they still got up something. Because Steve Richardson got up anything.
I don't think I'm really deserving of all those nice words. I tend to go off every so often, especially when I see things going haywire and everyone is as though, well, hey, everything is all right, everything is nice and fine. I do not believe that we should be in the situation that we currently are in. But borrowing an old phrase from an old civic personnel, Bunton Fuller, rest his soul now, he used to say, you are a hard people. we have allowed ourselves to be so complacent over the last 30 or 40 years because it hasn't just really begun. We got into the various aspects from the older folks who were so loyal in one way or the other. And we were influenced by the older folks to be loyal to this and be loyal to that. And when that loyalty didn't run the way we wanted it, we became loyal to something else. I had a kind of problem dealing with that. I was kind of rebellious from small. I used to get a lot of whipping behind that too. But there had reached a time when my father and I used to have some problems in trying to communicate, and after a while we got it going pretty well. When UBAD situation came into being, and I got up there at that rostrum and started getting on the governor's case for so-called 17 proposals, which Eugene Webster came up with this fantastic idea. I guess in my old man's mind, he was saying, well, my eldest boy went to jail and this one is definitely going to go to jail. Okay? Well, he came to me the next day, he said, son, I want to tell you something. You got to watch what you say up there, you know. I said, Dad, I understand that. But there are certain things that we have to say. I said that useless we pretend that the problem will go away, or we just follow the general trend of the mill and, you know, bandwagon it. We want to viva this side and we want to keep it parade that side, and in the meanwhile, we want to divide and hopefully merge again. Actually, that merging has come out sort of treacherously. Okay? The current situation that we are dealing with right now is very treacherous. The way we look at it, your voting rights have been violated. These people that you placed in office have been working against you instead of for you. And they have the feeling as if they're supposed to be up there and not be responsible for their actions, and you're supposed to sit here and accept what they have been doing. Now, whenever you vote a candidate into office, that candidate is taking upon him or herself the responsibility to represent you, not somebody else. And when they get into office, they are not running their own private personal show. Therefore, you do not hold no secret talks with nobody to figure out how nicely you're going to put it to the electorate while you have decided to give away some rights. You do not do that. In other countries around the world, people get wiped out for much less. Okay? These politicians have a duty and a responsibility to you and I. We are the ones that are responsible for them being in there, and they need to work on our behalf. Not on behalf of the US, not on behalf of Britain, not on behalf of Guatemala, not on behalf of nobody, but you, Belizeans. And I want you to keep this in your head, because the hour is really late right now. It's just because I believe we have been tickling the vibes from way over there in LA and in New York to a certain extent, but New York is a different story too. I'm saying the moment you go to LA, don't go there and talk no kind of craziness. LA don't go for no jive. They will fix you up. So get it right. If you think I'm jiving, just remember the right. Okay? their own honest way to maintain certain contacts with the people of Belize and other people in the other neighboring countries or from other neighboring countries. These people are experiencing similar situations, but it's a wider scope than just little country here and a little country there. You hear them talking about this new world order and all this kind of stuff. But let me tell you what new world order is all about. We are in a phase of what you call revelation as expressed in the Bible, where the 10 kings are getting together, getting ready to pass that power to the beast. Okay? Therefore, you have a whole lot of different people soliciting help and support from various countries, and they place key people in position to manipulate their people in order to work their show. This place is not no chicken feed. This place has more oil probably than Saudi Arabia. The other day you have this thing going down where both the PP and the UDP decided where they're going to see some section of our seaways over to Guatemala. Now the trouble is that the Guatemalans are quite aware of what they are getting, okay? They were so into it that they decided they are going to rent out this place, lease it out, and have it drilled for oil, okay? This is before the whole thing even got decided. Therefore, we are in a problem where people are telling us, well, you should be nice and cool and fine, and everything gonna be alright. Everything ain't gonna be alright. The other thing is, they're gonna be sending some more drugs your way, get your young people all hooked up and wired up, and before you know it, you don't have no say so no way. Matter of fact, they turn your own people against you. The other thing with the New World Order, as Mr. Bush and everybody else have been talking about, is that they are preparing you to receive the mark. And those of you who have been strong behind drugs or trying to get this and that and the other, just for another high you'll do this, or just for another high they'll do that, you will receive that mark and you will be down forevermore. So wake up, okay? We are not here to give you no kind of little talk about, well, how nice it used to be. It used to be nice to a point. It is way beyond that time. Also, you have people from our community, our very own Belizeans, who are acting as agents on behalf of these different people. I'm talking about the IMF people, I'm talking about the Rockefeller Foundation people, I'm talking about a whole lot of other people that are sending monies here and sending monies there. And whilst you and I are sitting down here thinking everything is going to be alright, you're going to wake up in hell if you don't tighten up. So we are telling you lies. The reason we are here is because we are concerned about you totally. We are talking about body, mind, soul, spirit. We want when you leave here, you go tell your neighbor, you go tell your friend, you go tell everybody else, you reach out there. Here what? Time is very late. So I will cut this off for right now because Shabazz and I have been told that we have an 11 o'clock deadline. Okay? Now we don't normally conduct no UBAD meeting by no 11 o'clock hour. We usually go way beyond midnight. So tonight we want to try and keep the law, but I'm showing you that the time is really late. Okay? Get it together. Don't think this is a picnic. These people in the European common market right now, you see them busy around here, busy around there. They are donating this, they are donating that. They are weaseling or leaders into a bind that later on they will be forced to carry out certain orders. So so as they can keep in good standing with these people, okay? Don't run away from this place thinking everything is fine. Everything is not fine. I'm telling you lies. I will stake my life on that because there is a greater power than any one of us down here. And you have to be sure who you're going to be answering to in the end. Get it together because the man up top is watching all of us. I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone else. I'm quite sinful. Don't get me wrong at all. But I have an awareness and therefore I will go to the Father and say, I'm very sorry, sir. I had to go upside somebody's head or I stepped on somebody's toe. But I'm not going to be apologizing just for the sake of apologizing to no man. I will do that only to the Father and I have to be clean with that. I'm suggesting that you do the same thing. Another thing, we have to watch how we walk around here feeling that, well, perhaps things are just going to go away and the Guatemalan issue is going to die down. The Guatemalan issue is ready to jump right on down your throat pretty soon, okay? Wake up, take the message out. It is very, very late. Your very soul might depend on it because you don't know what's going to go down. With this common marketing jumping off, you have roughly about 7 more years before the whole thing goes down, okay? And I'm not saying 7 consecutive years starting from now. It could have begun long ago. We don't know when the master have made that scheduled time for his appearance. You better be ready. Otherwise you're going to be dealing with all kinds of hell pretty soon. So tighten up. This was not meant to be like no kind of revival meeting or anything like that. I'm telling you, play through just like how these brothers been telling you in their own form. But truth is truth and could be checked out. And if you wait much longer, it's going to be too late to check it out. Don't be jiving around here. These people are out and they are serious with what they are doing. You see around the world a lot of people doing some weird things that you figure they should know better than that. After all, let's take our own local situation. Now, what would possess Mr. Esquivel and the UDP crowd after struggling for so long to suddenly get into office and all of a sudden within 18 months they start signing concession here and giving away this and bringing this, that, and they cannot account for certain monies and this, that, the other, and all of a sudden when they join with the PUP to say, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and you don't consult the people. I'm suggesting to you right now, as a last minute stand, you, the electorate, demand from your leaders a referendum and tell them straight out, no deal. I will also commend Mr. Golson and Mr. Aikman and Mr. Elrington for having walked out. However, I feel like they waited too long to do that because we were raising hell from LA in 85 to say, hey, there's a conspiracy going on. And I want to refer you to one brother Farkan from the Nation of Islam that had made a trip here some years ago. He had mentioned that, well, hey, I know you people are real nice and everything and you like to party and everything else, but one of these days you're going to wake up here and find you don't play fair no more. Okay? Wake up! I'm not here to try and give you no shit because when shit hits the fan, I'm going to be right here going down with you. But I don't mind going down with people that are conscious and are ready to get up and jump for themselves. I do not want to be fighting no fight with nobody that's going to be sitting on their ass figuring somebody from one of these garrisons or some other country is going to come in here and rescue your ass. Learn to take care of your own business. And I'm telling you this too to the younger, I want to speak the person you wipe out today might well have been a very good ally tomorrow. Start saving yourselves and loving yourselves. When you leave here, I want you all to go home and do some serious praying, because pretty soon our shit's going to be breaking loose here. I will say good night for right now, but I won't be going nowhere right now, okay? Peace and love, Amanda. Thank for all you. We got a lot of work to do here, and don't let none of our leaders do. They are kicking off, smoothing off, and in the meanwhile everything is going to hell. Not in a basket either. It's going to hell just like that. A lot of brothers are laying out there pushing up daisies off shit they didn't even know about. And there's a whole lot that's locked up in jail right now. Okay? And there are many more that are heading that way. And the powers that we couldn't really give a heck, because after all, quite a few of them are already in the pocket. I wouldn't say who, I don't know who are, but I know that's a part of the deal. Okay? Now, if you think I'm just running shit off the top of my head, I personally, before I had come here, I had received an invitation to join a certain organization, a monetary organization, okay? To the tune of up to about $250,000 or $500,000 US. That could translate into $500,000 or $1 million Belize if I had so desired to go that route. You know what was the catch? To support them politically, totally. Now, I don't even know these people. I don't know their political agenda, and we are not for sale. That's one of the reasons why the members in UBAD have taken a licking down the line for years, because we are not yet some people. We stand up on what we believe, and we don't give a damn who feels any kind of way, because when it comes down to the bottom line, you're going to answer to the Creator, not judge, not the Queen, not the President of this, not the President of that. We don't give a heck for that. We wish they can answer for themselves when they meet the Creator. So we are telling you, don't go for no bullshit. Get with the program and get it right, because it is very good night.
I really don't feel like I'm me supposed to be the one to teach that woman later and ask for land the next time. There are people the right time.
Okay, my brother. White supremacy is indeed the root of our problem. The root lies way down into the religion that we have known to be called Christianity. I hope that my Christian brothers will understand that we are not really trying to step on anybody's toes, but this is a fact of life. Christianity was used to enslave our foreparents, and the job goes on from different levels today. So today our people are not in this physical chain, but they're in psychological chain. So to release us from that chain, we have to use reverse psychology. And that's one of the things that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was very successful with. And that is why he said the white man is the devil, and the black man was God. Now the Muslim, the Quran tells you who God is, who the devil is, the original. But there are people who walk in the shadow of the devil. Okay? And there are people who walk in the shadow of God. But when you do that which is good to yourself and your kind, to your brother, you are practicing God-like quality. When you do that which is evil to your brother and sister, you are indeed walking in the footsteps of Satan. So, we have to work with the mind. We have a hard job, brother. It's not an overnight thing. This job this condition we're in now is now 500 years old. It will not be changed inheritors